Hey Ringside crew, welcome to the internationally known Dudes at Ringside podcast. And now here's your host, Joe Panther III.
Hello there, wrestling fans, and welcome to another episode of the internationally known Dudes at Ringside podcast. I am Joe Panther III, and today I have a young lady from Quebec. Let's give a warm Dudes at Ringside podcast welcome to Holly. Welcome, girl. Welcome.
Thank you so much.
Awesome. So, what made you get into this big world of professional wrestling?
So, when I was younger, I was a huge wrestling fan. And one day I was watching WWE and I literally just pointed at the TV and I said, Mom, this is what I want to do when I grow up. And it never changed. Like, I always had that plan weirdly. So yeah, here I am.
Awesome. So, you're trained. Let's talk about the people that train you. Like, who's like your main trainer that you get trained by?
Yeah, so I'm taking classes. Well, I'm still training for wrestling. Can we say classes like wrestling classes? Is this
Yeah, you
something
can
that we
call them
can say in
classes.
English?
Yeah,
Yeah. Okay,
yeah,
great,
it's
great.
classes.
Thank
Yeah,
you.
yeah,
Yeah.
Teacher Joe,
So I thank you.
teacher.
So yeah,
No, I'm not a teacher. I'm not a teacher. No, I'm gonna get in trouble for that. I'm not a teacher. Just kidding.
well, you can say English teacher because I suck. But
I could walk next.
yeah. So
I could walk next to you and be like, he said, he was trying to say. I could be your interpreter in America. There you go.
thank
I could be
you.
your, yeah. There you go. Now back to the story.
Yeah. So yeah, I'm training at the NSPW Academy. And you know Rick Martel?
Yes, the model Rick Martel.
Yes.
Oh, like
The
who
model?
doesn't know model Rick Martel?
Yeah.
I'm a
Well,
'90s kid.
um, it's I think it's like it's I don't like family tree, but it's his nephew, the coach.
Oh wow. So what does it feel like to
Yeah.
be trained by like a person that's within like the Martel family? Are you like, is it cool to be known? They know that you're being trained by a Martel.
Well, my coach is Kevin Martel and his son Sean Martel, pardon. He's also a rookie. So we also start training together. So it's really incredible for real. They are incredible wrestlers, and I am so happy to be learning um from these people. Yeah.
Mm. So what was the very first match you ever watched on TV? Like which diva was the one that you saw and you're like, that's my girl?
I think it was like AJ Lee versus Nikki or Brie Bellas. I'm not sure. I think it was like a diva match, like
Mm.
like um like a 5 minute raw diva match, and I was like, wow, this is really awesome. And
Awesome.
yeah, that's how I yeah that's how
That's cool.
I was like, yeah. I mean, the first time you see it, it's unbelievable for real.
Awesome. So what would you say would be like your your like your day of a like the day of a show? What do you what how do you get everything set the right way? Do you pack your bag to go to the show the day before? Do you have to do you pack your lunch and then eat after the show? Like what is it like? What is your schedule like the day of a show?
Yeah, so I'm a pretty chaotic person, so I need to plan like my bag the day before. If I don't do this, it's not going to go well. I'm gonna lose all of my thing. I'm gonna be on last minute. I'm gonna try to find my thing. So yeah, normally my bag is already packed, and something that I'm trying like trying to accomplish is doing like little lunch packed so I can eat my lunch at the wrestling thing and not trying to, because I'm the person who's like on her phone be like, okay, there's a restaurant here, I'm gonna go eat, because I never have my lunch with me. So yeah, I definitely need to work on the lunch thing.
So you wrestled one of the dudes at Ringside's former guests, Miss Creed. What was it like to wrestle
Yeah,
Miss Creed?
it was seriously amazing. I'm going to break like the kayfabe a little bit. She is an incredible worker. She's she's really an amazing person. She's truly amazing, and she gave me so much like great advice. Plus, it was my first show outside of Quebec because it was in Ottawa. So I
Mm.
was so nervous. It was my first show that I was like, oh my god, there is like everyone is new. Like I was so much panicking, and she was able to like really calm me down and be like, you're good, you're gonna be able to do it. And I truly like, I thank her so much because I was so nervous. But yeah, she's incredible. And I'm actually wrestling her Friday.
Wow. Okay. So
Yeah.
do you, when it comes to matches like against Creed, Christina Creed, and people like that, do you have to go back and watch
Yeah.
your last match against the person to like really get a full like idea what the way their wrestling style and everything?
Um yeah, I always try to watch like a little bit of the like the match that the like my opponent, is this how we say
Yeah,
it?
yeah, yeah.
Yeah, thank you. Thanks, English teacher. And so I always try so yeah, I always try to do this. And what I loved about her was all the match that I saw. She had her sort of, I can't tell it, but she had her finish. Like she had somebody on her back, and she was like pushing them. Like I don't remember the name of that move. I suck at remembering, but I thought it was a really cool move, and I was like, oh my god, we can do this, and we did it. We did a submission, which was really nice. But yeah, I always try to look and see like their style and everything, so I can look and be like, oh, I want to do this with that person. So yeah.
So, in closing, if my fans would like to follow you on social media, how can they find you?
Yeah, so I'm pretty active on Instagram. So yeah, I would say Instagram because the other like I don't have a YouTube channel. I don't have like a Twitter. So it's really like Instagram. That's main thing.
Awesome. So before we go, if there was any kids that wanted to get into the business, what kind of advice would you give them?
To follow their dream, because it's so hard to, especially in wrestling, it's a really hard business. And it's it's sometimes you can like look at yourself and you can be like, oh, I don't belong here, because it's really hard. And that's what happened to me. Like at one point when I was training, I was like, I'm never going to be able to like wrestle matches because I just didn't feel like I was good enough. And oh, I'm really happy that I continue, because like we all we can. So I definitely to believe in ourselves. And I always say life isn't that serious. Like we all live like on like a rock floating in the middle of nowhere. So just do it. Like the worst you can do is regret it. But if you don't do it, regret is going to be harder. So yeah, do it.
Awesome. Holly, I want to thank you so much for coming on the podcast. I'm so happy to have you on. And nothing but the best of you on your wrestling journey. Good luck. I just,
Thank
if
you.
you ever want to come back on the podcast, Dudes at Ringside is your
Yeah,
home to wanted to, and we always give the magic. So here you go. That's Jimmy, your magic. You're gonna get to one day. You're gonna have a belt, nice title belt, and you're gonna be like, I got to go back to hang out with Joe because his podcast always ends in magic and the good luck
yeah.
to all his wrestling friends. So please tell your wrestling friends, fans, got to give her a nice little follow on Instagram and social medias. Definitely go give this video a like and definitely subscribe because the Joe Panther Variety Show is on the road for 1,000 subscribers. That really helps me a lot. I'm Joe Panther the Third,
I'm Holly.
and we will catch you in the next one.